This is weird. Why do I feel like nervous doing a video by myself right now? Oh my goodness. Hi everybody. Wow, it's been literally a year since I filmed for my main channel. Firstly, I just want to apologize because you guys have been really awesome, and obviously subscribing to this channel means so much to me, and I never want that to go unnoticed or unappreciated. So I'm back. A lot has changed, okay? If you don't follow the Sam and Monica channel, then you might not recognize this background or really anything that's going on. Just as a quick rundown, I moved to Florida with my now husband, which is a whole other thing. There really isn't an excuse as to why I haven't filmed. I just kind of got in that zone where I didn't have the motivation to think of an idea for this channel. And even still, I'm kind of trying to figure out what I want to do with this channel. So any ideas you guys have, please comment them down below, because I do want to bring this channel back to weekly videos. I just need to think of ideas of what to film, and then I could do it. It's just because I got in that mindset of like, oh my gosh, what do I film? And I didn't want to put out content just to put out content. So to get back into the groove of the Monica Patterson channel, oh my gosh, this is no longer the Monica Gardner channel. To get back in the groove of that, I thought I would just do like a simple Q&A. I asked you guys on my Instagram, and if you don't follow me, I mean, come on. Oh my gosh. The first thing I see is a question from my mom who says, do you love your mom as much as she loves you? I love my mom more than she loves me, because I can't imagine a bigger kind of love. So, what is your makeup routine? You always look so beautiful. P.S. I love you. Firstly, I'm gonna cry at everything you just said. I love you too. Thank you so much for the compliment. That really means a lot to me. My makeup routine, I've never really asked that because I feel like I'm not very good at makeup, so it really means a lot that you're asking me that. My makeup routine is I use Tarte concealer under my eyes and just like any spots I have. And then I use the Kylie powder. Look at me pretending I know what to do with makeup. I set it, I bake. And then I use Master Precise, I think it's Maybelline, Master Precise eyeliner to do my little wings so I can fly away, and just the Lancome mascara. And that's it. So it's really just concealer, eyeliner, and mascara that I use on a daily. I really wish I knew more about makeup, but every time I try to practice it, it never comes out that great. And I hate the process of taking makeup off at night, so I don't know if I'm gonna bring in more makeup to my daily routine, but that's it. This question is, how can I control my jealousy? Any tips? I feel like I should do more videos on like relationship advice. If that's something you guys want to see, let me know. It's a hard question to answer because there's certain things that maybe some people do that will like make you feel jealous. Everybody experiences jealousy, but I don't really know like the best way to like deal with that, because it depends on the situation. So if you're talking about like you have a significant other and a girl is like into them or guys into them, whatever, I think when it comes to relationships, there isn't really anything you should be jealous of, because at the end of the day, you're with that person. So for example, like and I'm not gonna name names, but that's a whole other video. I know of people who are literally in love with Sam. Like people I know who are in love with Sam. I'm not jealous of that in any way, shape, or form, because honey. So when it comes to relationships, try to understand that like you're with that person for a reason. If they didn't want to be with you, they wouldn't. So no need to be jealous. But if you're talking about like an everyday thing, like someone has a nice car and you're jealous of that, just remind yourself that anything other people have or what they're going through or stuff like that, you can too. It's a lot easier said than done. A lot of things are really difficult to achieve, but I feel like that answer was all over the place. I hope it made sense talking out loud. How are you so fearless with moving, getting married, being away from family, career, etc.? It may look like on camera that like I was fearless, but I was so scared to move out of New York. I've never lived away from my family, and I'm so family oriented that it was literally the scariest thing. And it still is, like knowing that they're not in this state is like really weird. Especially when you're in a relationship, you have to think of what's best for you in terms of everything. So moving down to Florida was best for me and Sam, because obviously Sam moved over here from England, and it's only fair that, you know, I say, you made this huge move for me, where would you be happy here? Because he came all the way to America for me. We both loved visiting Florida, so we're like, you know what, let's try it out, let's move down here, and so far so good. But it was really scary leading up to the move. I was like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. But now that I'm here, it feels really good to be here. Getting married, I was never really nervous about that. I was always really excited. And I think the reason I was fearless about that is because I knew it was the right thing. I know I'm with the right person, and I literally can't imagine being with anybody else ever. I didn't have any worries with that. If you're in that situation with like a relationship and you're like worried about it, it may be like your subconscious saying that you guys have more things to work on or they're not the right person. I don't know. But I had no doubt in my mind that that is exactly what I needed to do. In the beginning of our career, I was definitely not fearless. And even with like some things with like our marketing agency that we have, I'm not fearless. I get really nervous having like discovery calls. It's just something I'm working on. I'm stepping out of my comfort zone, which is something that everybody should always be trying to do. With our personal social media, we have been working on this for so long that I think gradually it got easier to film and post videos and all that. And now that's how we became fearless, I guess. I'm just thinking of Taylor Swift fearless in my head. Did you guys get married twice? First was on 2/2/2/2/2 and then last week. So we didn't really get married twice. Because of Sam's visa, we had 90 days to make it a legal marriage. So getting the marriage certificate and all of that. Our whole wedding was postponed for July 1st, 2022. We flew back to New York in January, and since he stepped foot in America, we had 90 days to make it legal. So we had to have like a really small ceremony kind of thing, and then we still kept our original wedding date for July 1st. So that's why we had two. We had to do the legal part and get that done with, but we didn't have, you know, the whole wedding reception, the wedding dresses, our friends and family, like everybody there. So that's why we had two. Do you and Sam have normal jobs other than YouTubing candles? So social media is our main career, but we also do have a candle business, which if you guys didn't know, we have a candle business. Inside of the candles are hidden messages. So literally you burn the wax down and then you take this little vial out that has a hidden message in it. So please make sure to check it out. It means so much your support. And we also have a marketing company as well, where we help businesses grow on social media. We're also getting into real estate and stuff like that. There's a lot of like things we don't show on YouTube, but our main thing right now is social media, which is so crazy to me. Who edits the Sam and Monica vlogs? That'd be me. How was the teenage Monica? Oh, she was cool. Well, at least in my eyes, she was cool. Maybe not in anyone else's. Teenage Monica had a lot of layers to her. There were times where I was really happy, and that was me literally at every One Direction concert ever in New York. But I also went through a lot as a teenager, and stuff I've like never shared on here before. I feel like she was very sad, but also she had things that made her really happy, like her family and her animals, who are her family. I did have a lot of like sadness back then, which makes me really sad, but also makes me really happy now, like seeing the relationship I have and the life we've created together. So tips for long distance relationship. I actually have a whole blog that's dedicated to long distance tips, so make sure to check that out. It's linked down below. But my number one piece of advice that I always give everybody is communication is absolutely key, and so is trust. If you can't learn to trust your partner, which is a lot easier said than done, then it's not going to work. You both need to put in equal amount of effort, because without that, if one person's doing all the effort and the other person's just like lazing around with this relationship, it's not going to work. But yeah, check out my blog because there's a lot more information on there. Body image and insecurities that are taking over your life. I don't let that type of stuff take over my life. But of course I have insecurities. I just try not to let them affect me enough to, you know, not get out of bed or not like do something about it. Some of my insecurities are like my body. I'm not happy with my body. Unfortunately on social media too, people could be really, really horrible. I've gotten so many DMs where people are like, oh my gosh, you look pregnant today. And like, it's just so rude. Trust me, you guys will know when I'm pregnant because I will be telling you I'm pregnant. That also does not help with how I feel about myself. I just try my best to ignore it and understand that that's someone else projecting their hate onto me. That's something they have to deal with, not me. So I don't really know how to answer this question because none of them are really taking over my life, but of course I do have insecurities. Can you show your feet? Not for free. Did I have a wedding planner? No, actually. I planned the wedding myself, which was very stressful, but it all worked out in the end. I actually am considering making a video where I talk about how to plan a wedding without a wedding planner. I feel like I have some good tips about it now. Now that it's all over, I could actually sit down and think about it. So let me know if that's something you guys would want to see. Are you and Sam gonna get a pet? Yes, we are. We both want to get a dog soon, and I really, really feel like I need a cat. My family, dog and cat, Bentley and Bella, they're back at home. So it's really hard not being able to see them, but I feel very cat deprived. I love cats. I just love the little meows and the purrs and all that. And of course I love my doggies, but I'm not sure if I'm ready to get another dog yet, because you know how every dog has their person? My dog, Melly, she passed away. It's coming up to a year this month on the 25th. And she was my angel. Like, we had a bond that no one else could really understand. And I don't know if I'm ready to get another dog yet, just because I feel, I don't know, that's a whole thing. But I'm not sure I feel ready to get another dog of my own yet. But I really do want a cat right now. Right meow. Just not yet. Also because we're traveling back to the UK as soon as we're allowed. And it would just be a lot to, you know, have someone come and watch the dog and all that. So, not yet. Am I going to change my username to Monica Patterson? I need your guys' help, because Monica Patterson is taken on like every platform, and I really don't want like an underscore in the name. I'd rather not have that. So I don't know what to make my username. How is your mental and emotional health? Both are doing fabulous. Thank you so much. In every single situation I'm in, I always find the positive. The hardest situations I've ever been in, I always look for something that is positive within that. And I think that's my biggest piece of advice for people who are struggling with things. Although it could be really difficult, find that positive. There is a positive in every single situation, whether you believe that or not. And that has really helped me to just stay happy all the time. Obviously, I have days where I'm sad and I just have like off days, but for the majority of my life, I'm always trying to be as happy as I can be. Another thing that contributes to that is like the people that you're around. I try to stay around people who are positive with their mindset and, you know, motivated to do new things and motivated to work and like all these different aspects. And I think that's really important, because you are the average of the people you spend your time around. Being around negative people is going to make you feel really negative and going to make your mood come down. So thankfully, my mental and emotional health is doing well, because I'm finding the positives, I'm staying away from toxic people, and it really has done wonders. I feel like this video was so all over the place. Thank you guys so much for sending in your questions. Comment down below the types of videos you want me to see, whether it be relationship advice, wedding planning advice, anything. I'm happy to do that. Thank you so much for watching, for sending in your questions, and for being so patient. I really, really appreciate it, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye!